100 years ago, if you wanted to send a message saying, "Hey, thinking of you," you had to pick out a postcard, handwrite a message, buy a stamp, walk to a mailbox, and wait days, sometimes weeks, for it to arrive. Today we have instant messaging, voice notes, and AI-generated condolences, yet we barely even bother. So if communicating is easier than ever, why do we do it so much less? The other day I was looking around my local vintage shop and I came across a box full of postcards. I had a look through thinking I would find a crazy love letter, 100-year-old stories of war, deceit, secrets and affairs. And although I did find this one sending condolences that Dave had been killed with 16 kisses, the majority of the postcards were mundane and simple. Like this one is essentially a guy double texting 113 years ago. "Dear Julia, have received nothing from you as yet. Waiting at the last minute if you are coming down. I shall meet you at the Unicorn at 11 o'clock. Imagine getting stood up and having to buy a card and a stamp, write a message and post it in a box in the hopes that in a week from now you'll meet here. This Will guy actually put in effort to confirm plans. Today, if someone didn't text back in 5 minutes, we'd send a question mark and assume they hate us. And when we do reach out, half the time it's barely even a message. We used to send handwritten notes and now we send memes as emotional placeholders. You're sad? Here's a minion in a cowboy hat saying life is tough, but so are you. We have an infinite number of ways to communicate instantly, yet we barely even do it. Instead of a handwritten thinking of you, we tap a Facebook reaction. Instead of actually checking in on someone, we like their Instagram story. Humans will always find a way to remind people we exist. Back then it was a postcard saying, "The weather is nice today, hope you're well." In the 2000s it was a Facebook poke. Now it's a "send this to someone whose name starts with C" Instagram post. None of it really means anything, other than to remind someone that you exist. We like to think we've evolved past the need for small talk, but really we've just found new ways to do it. Postcards took effort, but that was the best, least effort option they had, and I'm sure if they could have sent an AI-generated "I'm sorry your husband died in war" message, they would have. We do the same things we always have. Visit the same countries on holiday, send pictures of ourselves. People still go to the Lucerne Carnival and take pictures of the celebration. People used to edit pictures of themselves 100 years ago as we do now. Some of these postcards might have never made it. Maybe they got lost in the post. Maybe Julia never showed up to the Unicorn. Maybe someone moved out before their message arrived. Back then, sending a thought out into the world didn't guarantee it would reach the person you intended. Today, that's not an issue. A message sent is a message received. We are constantly connected, constantly reachable, and maybe that's the problem. It's not that we don't care, it's that we're overloaded. We're so used to constant check-ins, notifications, and updates that barely register anymore. 100 years ago, getting a message meant something, because it was rare. Now we get so many that they all start to blur together. So if you have some free time, send someone a postcard telling them about the sunny weather, and feel lucky knowing that you can send them a text to make sure they got it. Because some messages might have never got through, and some might take 113 years.